Welcome to SENS Talk. My name is Brandon and I'm your host. Before we get started, please follow us on Twitter at SENSTalk_ for live tweet updates of all your Sanders games and of course breaking news. This video we will discuss what I project the Sanders will do this season, where they will finish in the standings, and projected lineups for opening night and potentially for the season. So first off, Karlsson is for sure out for the first game. There's no timetable for his return, but he should not miss more than 3 games, let alone 1. He may even be back on Saturday versus the Red Wings in the Senators' second game of the year. Anderson does get the start, obviously, for the first game of the year. Big news on the injury front for the Ottawa Senators is Derek Brassard is cleared to play in the first game for the Ottawa Senators. Meanwhile, on some more injury news, Colin White was put on the injured reserve, and MacArthur was put on the non-roster injured reserve as well. Here was the Senators lines during today's morning practice. It was Zach Smith, Kyle Turris, Mike Hoffman, Bobby Ryan, Brassard, Stone, Pajot, Thompson, Pyatt. That one may be interesting because the fourth line has Dzingel, Brown, and Burrows. I kind of like that fourth line. Brown, big body center, still a rookie, be making his NHL debut. But I do like that speed there, that split between the third and fourth line, because Pajot is a nice speedy guy. Dzingel is as well. In my opinion, switch Brown and Thompson. Put Brown on the third line, so experienced guys like Pajot and Pyatt can help him. Thompson on the fourth line next to Burrows. Dzingel could add that speed to the fourth line, while Burrows and Thompson add that shutdown effect and play on the penalty kill as well. The expert forward was Formenton. He's not expected to do much, maybe play a game or two, then be sent back to the CHL. The Sanders defensive pairs, this is without Erik Karlsson, obviously. So for opening night, this is the projected pairings, is Oduya and Cody Ceci, which, Oduya will be on the first pairing the whole season. He's going to be the next Mark Mathot for the season anyways. Phaneuf Claesson I like. Phaneuf is an anchor. He's experienced. He's an NHL vet. And Claesson has showed offensive potential. So I kind of like that. I'm expecting a lot out of Claesson this year. Borowiecki, Wyman, EK65 is the extra. But Ceci will be where Karlsson will be where Ceci is on the first pairing when he's ready. Claesson and Ceci will switch. And I do project that Borowiecki, we all know Guy Boucher for some reason, and the Senators management for some reason loves Mark Borowiecki. I know he leads the league in hits in the past couple of years. But if you're leading the league in hits or not, you get out of position, you leave chances for the team on the offense. They get more chances. That's what I don't like about Borowiecki's game. To stay in your location, stop going up to center ice to get hits. But I'm not management, so I can't make the decisions. So clearly Borowiecki will stay in. So it'll be between Chris Wyman and Frederick Claesson for that final 6th pairing spot. My projected lines on defense is Oduya and EK65 Erik Karlsson. Phaneuf and Ceci, we've seen that all year. Hopefully they can take a step this year. Last year they weren't the best. Borowiecki and Claesson. Wyman, Boro, or Wyman, Claesson switch. I'm assuming Claesson, Wyman will switch until they find the right fit. Let's talk about now what I think will happen in the division this season, where the resurgence of the Lightning, last year without Steven Stamkos, plagued by injuries. They're a cup contender once again, so I've put them at first place in the division. Lots of people can agree with me there. And God forbid Steven Stamkos, Hedman, and Kucherov, or even Vasilevsky get injured. They should be in the playoffs, and they should make a run for the cup. Second team is the Leafs. I am expecting some regression from last year's very good run to the playoffs. Rookies are prone to sophomore slumps, but I think the addition of Patrick Marleau will help with the slumps. I don't think he's going to get 40 goals. I don't think he's going to regress a lot, but Marner and Nylander are not going to have as good seasons as they did last year. They're still going to get 65, 70, 50 to 70 points, but they're not going to be the all-stars that you saw last year. They're going to still be all-stars. But what I think is there should be a little bit of regression there until they prove themselves, because unless they're a bona fide superstar like Austin Matthews, Nylander and Marner still haven't proved them to the league yet that they can stay 65 points around there a year each season. So this is a big year for them as well. Patrick Marleau will be a good addition to them. Frederik Andersen, solid. But if Frederik Andersen gets injured, McElhaney is their only goalie. Garrett Sparks, I guess. I'll put them out. So a lot of things need to happen for the Leafs to stay in second. But last year they did it. And this year they're taking a step forward in my opinion. And they'll finish second. Now a lot of controversy for the third spot in the division. And a lot of people are putting Montreal. A lot of people are putting Boston. Not a lot of talk with Ottawa. Even Buffalo is going there. In my opinion, the Senators will finish third in the division. This is because Guy Boucher will work the system. With a strong goaltending the Senators have showed in the past few years with Craig Anderson and Mike Condon back in the mix. AHL depth with Marcus Hogberg and Danny Taylor and even Andrew Hammond until he's traded. And a healthy Erik Karlsson, who is the best defenseman in the world, top 3 player in the world. The Sens should make the playoffs in third place in the division. Obviously, it's going to be close. I could see the Senators not missing the playoffs, but I really think when a team has Erik Karlsson, Hoffman should be a 30-goal scorer this year, and the system Guy Boucher implements, I think the Senators should make the playoffs again. Now, I'm not saying they're going to win the Cup. I'm not saying they're going to the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not saying they're going to the Conference Finals, Semifinals, or even going to win a round. I'm saying they're going to make the playoffs, in my opinion, and we will see from there. It's too tough to tell whether or not we'll even make the playoffs. It's too tough to tell if we'll go do anything in the playoffs, because at this rate, we play the Leafs with my prediction. So we'll see what happens. I predict the Senators. The only way they will get there is with around 100-point season. So that's important. Need to get off to a good start. And thankfully, Brassard and Karlsson should be back. Brassard's back, but hopefully Karlsson will be back in the first 5 games. It looks to be that way. In fourth place, I put the Boston Bruins, and they are a wild card potential. They'll fight with Carolina for that final spot. Carolina is going to have a good year, trust me. I've been saying that for a while. But the Bruins have a strong core of Pasternak, Bergeron, and Marchand, and then McAvoy and Chara at the back end. And then you got Tuukka Rask, an all-star goalie. That's a good team. Problem with teams like that, they won't do anything in the playoffs, because that's a one-line team. You can shut them down easily with a team like Ottawa, like we did last year. Just shut them down and shut that line down, they're done. So I think they could potentially be a playoff team, but let's say Pasternak gets injured, let's say McAvoy gets injured, let's say Bergeron, let's say Marchand, or Torrey Krug or Zdeno Chara, whatever, get injured. That could be a big problem for the Bruins. So they don't have a lot of depth to make up for their top players, but if everything goes right for them, they should fight for that second wildcard spot. The difference with Boston and Ottawa is Ottawa has depth throughout the lineup. Hoffman should be a 30-goal scorer. And then Ottawa has a bunch of these top certain type of players that get 40, 50, 60 points a year. And that's spread through the lineup. Burrows is capable of 30 points. He's on the 4th line. That's all you need to know. The Senators should have a good amount of goal scoring this year. I'm not too worried about it. When it comes to Bobby Ryan, the Senators are optimistic, including me. He's not dealing with personal problems, personal tragedies anymore like last year with his mom. Very sad things happened for him. So I think this year Bobby Ryan should have a 45, 50-point season. And if that happens, for sure the Senators should make the playoffs, because if they did it with him getting 32, 50 points would be perfect. And finally, we could see what we traded for, trading away Jakob Silfverberg for him. So let's finally see a good season from Bobby Ryan. In 5th place in the division, I put the Montreal Canadiens. Their offense is too dependent on Jonathan Drouin and Max Pacioretty. They have nothing else. Alex Galchenyuk has not shown at all that he's committed to playing hockey. He's more about partying, and that's a problem. Canadian fans know that, and he should be traded. I don't think he will, but Marc Bergevin, if he was a smart GM, should trade Alex Galchenyuk. In fact, should do a rebuild with the Canadiens. They're not going to win the Cup ever with this roster. They need to retool and regroup and start from within. Trading Sergachev away. I know Drouin's a fantastic player. You don't trade a prospect like that. And now let's talk about their defense. It's horrible. One player gets injured. They have maybe one replacement. This Mete kid looks good. But besides that, the Canadiens are screwed. As well, Carey Price, very injury prone. He gets injured. Season is done for them. They have no depth at goaltending. McNiven's too young. Lindgren has not proven he can control the destiny of the Canadiens like Carey Price can. I don't think the Canadiens make the playoffs. Lots of people can't agree with me on that one. they're the odd team out. They're not going to compete for a wildcard spot. Give it 3 months and Canadian fans will start getting angry. Hopefully I'm wrong that Carey Price will not get injured. I don't like when players get injured, but I do see him getting injured. The Canadiens just don't have enough depth, and I see them finishing 5th. 6th is the Sabres. That team is a dark horse to make the playoffs, in my opinion. Things need to go right for them, but Jack Eichel, after a huge contract signing last night, should be potentially finally push the Sabres to the next level of competing for a playoff spot. I don't think they will, but they are definitely a dark horse to look after. After that is the Panthers. I don't know what the Panthers are doing. They got Evgeny Dadonov back from the KHL. They lost a few, Marchessault, Riley Smith. These are big losses. Roberto Luongo is not getting younger. Barkov, Huberdeau are injury prone, but they're nice pieces. Ekblad's a solid goal defenseman. Reimer is a good backup, but the Panthers, they're too out of place. They're not going to make the playoffs this year, and after this year, I see them going through a rebuild or retool where they keep their core of Huberdeau, Ekblad, Barkov, and Reimer, Luongo, whatever. Get a couple of young players in and see how that goes. I think this could be a new stage of the Panthers this year, and the Red Wings will finish last. They're in a fallout rebuild. All their old players are going to be retiring or released sooner rather than later. Could potentially even be Henrik Zetterberg's last season. So I see the Red Wings finishing last in our division. So please comment below what you think of my predictions, of my analysis, and what you think the Senators will do. As well, one last thing with the Senators. I predict Hoffman, as I said multiple times, 30-goal scorer. I predict Kyle Turris, a 60-point man, potentially even 65 points. I predict Bobby Ryan, 50 points. I predict Ryan Dzingel to hopefully keep up to 30-something points on that fourth line. I predict Brown, if he sticks around, 20-30 points. Shabbat should come up midway through the season. See how that goes. Colin White, I don't know. He hasn't done a lot at the NHL level, but that was with minimal time. So we'll see what happens. I predict Mark Stone to do well. Ray Anderson, Mike Condon are going to be solid. And Erik Karlsson is going to win the Norris Trophy this year, unless they think Victor Hedman is his time to win it. Which, you know what, I can totally see happening because they like to shaft Erik Karlsson for winning that Norris. So thank you all for watching. Let's get the season started. I can't wait. Hopefully I'm right. I think I'm right. I think it's fair for what I'm saying. I think the Senators will make the playoffs, 3rd in the division. Comment below what you think. Thank you all for watching. And the season starts tomorrow against the Washington Capitals in Ottawa. Tickets are still available, so if you want to buy tickets, go to cjoin.ca. Use our code SENSTALK. And you could get a discount on Senators tickets. So once again, please follow us on Twitter at @SensTalk_. For live stream updates of the games and of course breaking news. Like us on Facebook, SensTalk. Add us to circles on Google Plus to SensTalk. Click the big red button down there and subscribe to us. Like this video, share this video wherever you share cool stuff. Once again, thank you all for watching. Please check out our website, senstalksocial.com. We update it every single day with our videos and news articles. So thank you all for watching. I will see you all soon. And next time I see you, the Senators season will officially be underway. I'll see you soon. Go Sens, go.